Coming up on Mountain News this morning, an Eastern Kentucky community remembers the life of a beloved veterinarian, and an Eastern Kentucky pastor steps up to help out a family when they need it the most.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good Friday morning to you and Happy New Year's Eve. I'm Dakota Makris. It's just before 5 o'clock and we have declared a severe weather alert day starting this morning. Let's head over to Brandon Robinson for the latest look at that. Now, Brandon, calm right now, but that's going to change later on in the day. But right now, all we're really dealing with is just some fog. So.
Right, exactly. Now, here's the thing. I think this is more for today and tonight. And our producer was actually asking us, or asking me earlier, why are we doing it now? Right. We're getting you ready for it now, and we're trying to give you as much notice as we can. But this weekend, as we transition from one year into another one, could be pretty wild. Let's take a look at what's going on this morning. Foggy conditions, near zero visibility in some spots. Not as bad as it has been the last few days, but we're going to keep an eye on it as we head deeper into the forecast. Very foggy outside the WYMT studios here in Hazard this morning, but it looks like it's backed off just a little bit from what it was earlier, so we're going to continue to watch that as we head deeper into the daytime hours. We're taking a look at temperatures, and they are all over the place this morning, from the 30s to the 40s to the 50s, but they are only going to go up as we head deeper into today, and they're going to top out in the upper 60s with those southwest winds really cranking in here. So it'll be breezy at times today, and those rain chances will return later this afternoon, and tonight they could pack a punch. I'll have the latest forecast coming up in just a little bit. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, Dr. Carol Combs Morris, a well-known, respected veterinarian in Eastern Kentucky, died Tuesday. With more than 30 years of experience, Dr. Combs Morris was seen by many to be a fighter for animals across the region. No matter the challenge, colleagues say she could handle any situation thrown at her. They describe her as an amazing vet, co-worker, and friend.
She said that we could basically do whatever she did. So she let us help with pretty much anything that we could help with, and then she taught us along the way.
Now this weekend, a private burial service will be held so loved ones can say their final goodbyes. One Floyd County pastor stepped up this week to help out a family in need. When Trevor Cook and Brianna Halbert posted to Facebook saying they were in the hospital with their 2-month-old son, Grayson, after dealing with the loss of 2 sons in the previous years, followed by a fire and flood, Ray Davis knew he wanted to do something. Though he did not know the family, he reached out to offer prayers and asked if he could help by setting up an online fundraiser.
To reach out and show that we are the church, it's what Scripture says. We're the hands and feet to do and to go to make a difference in somebody's life.
Now the fundraiser has collected almost $2,000 to help offset the family's expenses, and they say Grayson is slowly being weaned off of the ventilator with hopes of a recovery and homecoming in the weeks to come. Governor Andy Beshear is calling the Omicron variant the most contagious variant we have seen, as the state set a new record with our COVID-19 positivity rate. Local health experts tell us how Omicron is impacting our state right now. The Commonwealth reported a 14.46% COVID-19 positivity rate on Wednesday.
The original thoughts were that this winter surge would be smaller, more similar to what we saw in Kentucky with last year's winter surge. I think that Omicron has proven that that is not going to be a truth.
The governor reporting 5,530 COVID-19 cases Wednesday. Only one other day in 2021 had more cases. That was January 6th with 5,742.
We were fully anticipating that after Christmas here, we would see an uptick in cases, and because people were getting together.
Public Health Director Scott Lockard says a person infected with Omicron can infect nearly 20 people.
The good thing about Omicron so far, and what we're studying about this, is that it is causing less severe illness.
But experts say as more and more people become infected, more people may require hospitalization.
I do think we're still dealing with a lot of Delta. I absolutely do. But I would expect this next probably 7 to 10 days is the transition period in which Omicron will begin to overtake that.
The big issue is we do not want to overwhelm our healthcare system. If someone needs a vent, we want to make sure they have a vent.
Lockard expects Omicron to become more prevalent in the region. Experts say it is not too late to get vaccinated or to get your booster shot, saying that is our best tool in helping to slow the spread. Many days we bring you the latest COVID numbers for Kentucky. Now, the state did not release new cases yesterday. It's an observance of the new year. The state says reports will resume on Monday, January 3rd. Well, the state legislature passed a bill that will cap all insulin copays at $30 a month for people on private health care plans. Now, the new bill will take effect this Saturday, January 1st. State Representative Adam Bowling says up until now, insulin has not been easy for a lot of families to afford, especially those with 2 or more people in their family that need it.
Some months they might be able to get one of the insulins and they're rationing the other one for maybe over a 2-month period. Then they'll buy the other insulin, and it's just a seesaw battle that's not ending. So we decided to address it.
Well, Bowling says families should not have to choose between common life-saving medicine and other essential needs. The state's legislative map could look different in 2022. House Republicans say they took input from the community in redrawing district maps, but House Democrats say they are not pleased. House Speaker David Osborne told reporters the redistricting process was complicated given Kentucky's population increase. He noted the 2020 census showed significant population shifts from eastern and western Kentucky to metropolitan areas.
And so we've tried to make those districts as compact as possible, as easy to navigate as possible.
I think it is by design that these maps were dropped today on a state holiday when there is no nonpartisan staff here to interpret them.
Speaker Osborne said there are likely to be changes with the proposed Republican district maps. The House will file a bill representing these maps on Tuesday. Well, thank you so much for getting your Friday morning started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, a different type of mining is making its way into coal country. We'll have those details on the way.
All modes of severe weather are on the table as we transition from 2021 into 2022. I'll break down those weekend threats in about 3 minutes.